So, ask your kids what it mean. What does it mean for them to have fun? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to discuss fun real quick and what that means to our children in this day and time in comparison to what it meant to us back in my day and time. I'm 46 years old, and my ideal of fun growing up was basically, gymnastics, martial arts, kung fu on Saturday morning, watching the kung fu flicks, breakdancing, graffiti, bikes, riding bicycles, doing wheelies, ramps, running through the trails, drinking, sneaking in some beer, smoking a joint, or something of that nature. This is what we did to have fun. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes our fun turned into habit because we associated certain things with having fun. And that's the same thing that happens today. You know what I'm saying? With our youth. Certain things are being associated with having fun, but today they call it turning up. And see, the difference is that their turn up is always done with a substance of some sort. You understand? There always has to be a condition, for the turn up to occur. The surroundings, the environment has to be in accord in order to have the idea to turn up. The premeditated ideology of turning up means that you have to be in an environment that is conducive for that behavior. And they know usually that turning up is going to involve some sort of substance. But I won't throw all the youth away because there are many youth who don't get high, who don't drink, who don't smoke and turn up naturally. You know what I'm saying? Their natural inclination, their natural selves is a natural high. You understand? And the thing is that that's a beautiful thing, but we got that portion of our community, that portion of our youth that is on this turn up. And the turn up again is coming from utilizing substances such as weed, such as alcohol, such as Molly, such as synthetic marijuana. You got cocaine, you got heroin, you got all types of pills right now, Oxycontin, Vicodin, you got everything. The youth are using all types of things to get high with, glue, embalming fluid, dipping weed in it. There's so many different things that they are calling the turn up, and they're associating these things with fun. But before it even happened with fun, there's the experimentation of having fun. You understand? By the time a child in this day and time, by the time a child is 16, 15, 16 years old, it's possible that they have addictions because of having fun. But see, it all starts out having fun. Getting high with your friends and doing certain things, turning up, that's fun. But what happens when the fun becomes a habit? What happens when the habit becomes an addiction? It's no longer fun. You're doing it because now your body is craving it. It's requesting it. You know what I'm saying? You're not smoking with your friends, or you're not popping pills with your peers anymore. You popping pills by yourself. You getting high by yourself because it's no longer fun. It's a mode of survival because your body has now bought into the addiction. Your body is addicted to the substance. You are codependent upon the substance. And this is what comes from having fun. You understand what I'm saying? This is the ideal of having fun. But how do we get to this point? We get to this point by you going out every weekend, by you turning up every weekend, by you utilizing these things to turn up with. You understand? Every weekend you're turning up, but now you're beginning to turn up on the weekdays too, by yourself. You understand? Your behavior is changing and people are noticing your conduct is changing. You understand what I mean? You're becoming more isolated. When you come home, you just, you go to your room and you stay there. You're isolated. You don't deal with your peers. You don't deal with your family, or so on and so forth. So the signs and the symbols begin to show. The addiction begins to kick in. The behavior pattern changes. Your eating pattern changes. All types of patterns change. You got new friends. You ain't got your old friends that your parents know. You got new friends all of a sudden. You understand what I'm saying? So these are the different signs and the symbols. And the turn up is the poison, because the turn up is always done with a substance. And then what happens behind this, we always see, in the forms of addiction, that there are correlations to addiction, like crime, like incarceration, like death. There are correlations to addiction. Once you get addicted, your money starts slowing down. You might lose your job. Now you got to find a way to pay for your addiction, and so on and so forth. So there are correlations to all of this. But this is all a manifestation to me of the possibilities of what can happen to the turn up. You understand? And what the turn up can be, what it can turn into. You understand? So turning up, whoever even brought that into existence, it was a setup. You know what I mean? Because the turn up is a setup. And until we understand that, until we see how, because I'm looking at it and I see the pattern that's being shaped, you know what I mean? And we're also looking at the violence aspect of it, because when you look at the gangs and so quote unquote for, you know they can't shoot nobody or kill nobody sober. You know they got to be under a substance. You understand? Because they can't do it consciously, because, you know, inherently they know it's wrong. So they have to be out of their minds, you know? And this is a generational thing. We got 3 or 4 generations of addictive behavior coming from the crack era. You know, you had addictive parents and addictive people who were giving birth to children who had addictive genetics and so on and so forth. They passed down the addictive behavior. But not only that, we are dealing with a country that's built on the science of planetary addiction. Neptune is the blue planet. Mars is the red planet, red and blue. Those colors are very significant in this particular paradigm in America, red and blue. So you got the Neptune influence, you got and you got the Mars influence, and they are both negatively aspected. So Mars is always warfare and bloodshed, and Neptune is deception and addiction. You know what I'm saying? And spirituality, but maladjusted. So when you're working planetary influences and you're working certain other manifests, you know what I mean? And then you got to look at the history of our people being, you know, a defeated nation of people and so on and so forth, where trauma causes addictive behavior also. That's another part of the perspective. But, you know, I just wanted to talk to the youth and let you know that turning up can lead to addiction. And if that's the case, you must learn how to replace those bad addictions with positive addictions. And you do that by replacing the negative mindset with a positive mindset. So on that note, please pay attention to what I said to you, and watch your children and see how they're having fun and see what having fun means to them. Peace.